Welcome, men. This is Solo Man here. Now, I've made a video like this before, but if it just gets one man or young man to think twice, it's worth it. And it's about that great institution, marriage. Now, as I said before in my other video, I'm working with two guys who have been married for maybe 25 to 30 years, both of them. And most of their weekends and their evenings are all filled with what the Femon wants to do. And they've been married for so long, I guess they know it's far too late for them, so they just going to last it out, I guess. But they both are just an extension of their wives. You know what I mean, guys. You maybe just say to them, hey, would you like to go for a drink tonight? Just off the cuff, like. And they usually say something like, I'll have to ask the wife. And I know that people are still getting married, and you young men out there are still getting married, you crazy idiots. And even though you think your one is so different, she isn't. They're all the same. And until the laws change radically, you are basically signing your life away, and any money that you make, and any children you may have. Because in case you didn't know it, guys, it's not a 50-50 deal, a marriage. Because it's all for the Femon. Of course, man should have known this long ago. The tradition of asking a Femon to marry you or get engaged, what was the tradition years and years ago? He usually got down on one knee, sort of capitulating to the female, sort of saying he's not good enough for the goddess like you, but will you marry him anyway? And maybe they don't do it now, but it is sort of the same thing still. And the amount of married men I've talked to who have been married a long time, they always say the same thing. Oh, well, my one's different. Oh, yeah? How? And you kind of think to yourself, well, maybe she is kind of different. And then when you get talking about all different sort of things, you realize she isn't any different than all the rest. And he's just as henpecked and controlled like mostly any other married man is. Femons can cheat on a man in a marriage and still get the house and custody of the children. Even way back in my time, when I was a young man, or even before that, in my father's young time, marriage was never for men. It was always for the Femon. They got the advantages, not the man. But at least many, many years ago, Femons put a little bit into the marriage, but they don't put anything in and don't want to put anything in today's modern Femon. If you can find one that hasn't been round the block about 86 times or so. You see, even if a Femon doesn't want to get married, she may say yes to the engagement, she may even get married to you. Because she wouldn't have lost anything. In fact, she's gained something. And anyway, you don't have to marry a Femon to show you care for her. And don't think because you marry her, she's yours, because that never happens. So myself, I can't think of any reason or any advantage to marry a Femon. And I know a young man who's going to ask this Femon to get engaged, and he's bought the ring and everything, because he wants to have children. But nowadays you don't have to be married to have children. People don't frown on it like they used to. And let's not forget the wedding day, and who's the wedding day all about? Well, it's about the Femon. What with kneeling to ask her to get engaged, and it's all about the Femon on the day, it should be a clear signal to us, shouldn't it? And I got married when I was a very, very young man, for a very short period of time. And it's easy to get into, but it's damn hard to get out of, I can tell you. And I'm a pretty old guy now, and I think the biggest mistake I ever made in my life, and I've made a few, was that I got married. But luckily, I didn't have anything to take and got out of it without getting too much smashed up. But considering I was the number one man at first, and then I just turned into a horrible, disgusting, violent man at the end of it, apparently. It's all like a bad dream. And I have no doubt in my mind that she went out and had somebody else on tow very quickly and has probably got married again, even though I was the only one for her at the time. I mean, if marriage was you could betroth to each other and be partners to each other, and you can share things together and both of you are equal in the relationship. I'm sorry, I was obviously talking about another planet. So any man out there is thinking of getting engaged or married, just think twice about it. Find an old man who's been married for, say, 20 to 30 years and talk with him. And I'm sure you'll get some really honest answers from him. Listen to him. Because I know maybe you're a young man or whatever, but you sure as hell don't know everything. But if you want to become a Labrador, go right ahead. Thanks for listening. Oh yeah, and it's beer night tonight. Oh yeah. Hey honey, is it alright if I have a couple of beers tonight? I've worked all week.
No, my mother's coming round tonight and I don't want you smelling of like an alcoholic.
I love you, honey.
I hate you.